I wanted to show this video today on here because today there was a 51-year-old man, apparently 51-year-old man, trying to still get all the details of this. That first they were saying that there was a gun that was grabbed off of an ICE officer. That's not true. He brought a gun to a protest. And I'm going to show you a video that was just played yesterday. This is by an Arizona politician who is telling you there's a stand your ground law in Arizona. So in other words, what she's saying is it's fine to, she's actually insinuating the idea of shooting an ICE officer or shooting ICE officers. And please, for 1 minute, do you think these politicians give one damn about you? They're making money off this. They canceled out their USAID funding. They're going after all their money laundering plans and schemes, and they do not like it. And they want Trump gone. There's no question about it. They want Trump gone. If you go after somebody's funding like that, say the Democratic Party, or I don't care if it's even the Republican Party, and they're skimming money off the taxpayers to pay for their political campaigns, they're going to create chaos, and they're going to use the American people to do it. So if the American people would just wise up and realize that they're just being used as just, stool pigeons for this kind of garbage, and stand up for yourselves and start asking questions about these politicians, because you do not owe them anything, and you certainly don't owe them your life. But I want you to hear what this lady has to say from Arizona, and then ask yourself, why do you think the guns are coming out at the ICE or the protests? And these paid protesters need to be rounded up and prosecuted for this stuff. This is not people going out there peacefully protesting and it's fine. Share your thoughts with that and go out and protest. Everyone has indifferences in this country, and that's what makes this country great. But the minute someone decides to tell people to start using guns or stand your ground or bring a gun to a protest, you're opening up a whole other can of worms, and someone is going to get killed, someone's going to get seriously hurt, and that all it does is going to do escalate things, and those politicians are going to sit back in their lovely little cushy homes and their lovely little cushy offices with their smirks and smiles on their face going, that's great, I got a chance to use the American people again.
One more for you, Chad. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mayes suggested her state's stand your ground law could cause trouble with ICE agents. Watch this.
It's kind of a recipe for disaster, because you have these masked federal officers with very little identification, sometimes no identification, wearing plain clothes and masks. And we have a stand your ground law that says that if you reasonably believe that your life is in danger and you're in your house or your car or on your property, that you can defend yourself with lethal force.
In other words, shoot ICE officers. What do you make of those remarks, Chad?
That is exactly what she's saying. She's not completely coming out with it. It's the same like when Tim Walz says, go out and record what ICE officers are doing so we could use it in future prosecutions. They're rounding up their minions. They're using you to do their physical altercations. They're using you as bulletproof vests. They're using you to go out and get killed and shot and killed by someone who pulls a gun on an ICE agent. And of course, a law enforcement agent is going to combat that with his own handgun. Of course, you're going to get shot if you do that. As Americans, for crying out loud, just stop and think. Just seriously stop and think about what you're being used for. You fund this government. You fund these politicians. They don't listen to you. They don't give a damn about us. They could care less. They collect trillions of dollars off of us in taxes. And all the ICE agents are trying to do is to eliminate illegals or criminal illegals out of this country that politicians, again, brought them in here. When you look at Minnesota, they brought in an entire voting block for the Democrats in Minnesota. If you think Minnesota is wholeheartedly Democrat, you are sadly mistaken. There is a certain little sector of Democrats in Minnesota, the Minneapolis area, and they brought in a Somalian voter bloc And these Democrats have used that to make sure they're constantly being reelected, and then they can constantly keep doing their money laundering scams with the Somalian money and what Nick Shirley has reported on his YouTube channel, creating these shell companies and laundering the money overseas into Somalia. And don't think for 1 minute that these politicians aren't getting some sort of cut out of this, whether it's being reelected, constantly being reelected, not ever have to worry about being reelected because they got that voting bloc sitting there making sure that they're voting for them. That's what you're looking at. So please just stop being used by these clowns.
I mean, it just grossly irresponsible. I can't believe that she's, frankly, an adult, much less anyone of any stature there in Arizona. Stand your ground laws don't apply to law enforcement. Those ICE officers are going after criminal, illegal aliens. So what she is saying is it's okay for a criminal, illegal alien to shoot a police officer. It's wild. It's obviously grandstanding. It's a political stunt by the AG there. She knows she's in the wrong. She's probably getting a lot of pushback right now from her law enforcement community because she's not just talking about ICE. I mean, basically, that implies to any law enforcement there in the state of Arizona.
That's exactly what she was doing, and it's really sick. Her opinion would be completely different if it was go out and shoot a politician. And no one's saying that. And these people will sit back and use the public for their dirty work. And these politicians, they're all like, I don't care, Republican, Democrat, whatever you want to choose them as, I don't care. They're all like, they're all in for the money, they're all in for themselves. Thank you for joining my channel. Please stop and think. Please stop and think before you act. And do not bring a gun to a protest. Do not listen to these politicians telling you to go out and shoot an ICE agent or pull a gun on a law enforcement officer because you're gonna end up dead. And is it really worth your life having someone else telling you how to end it? Thank you for joining my channel. I hope you like and subscribe.